platforms of the social media at Gwira Gwira Media. Thank you. Welcome. So, we want to begin with you about the discussion about the youth. What do you know about the youth?
This generation.
Yeah.
The Gen Z generation.
The Gen Z themselves.
This generation is just, I don't know if the parents can understand them so well, but I don't know on your side, how do you understand? Just tell me how you understand the Gen Z.
Thank you. About myself, about this, the youth, the Gen Z themselves, because I'm one among these people. What I understand is that these people are very energetic and very intelligent. Just imagine in a way where these people, they do not have a government themselves. They do not have any leader to be able to organize them. But at the end of it, they are doing marvelous things, wonderful things. They can be able to overthrow the government. Well, like in Kenya, did you see the strikes which were taking place, the demonstrations?
Yeah, since this government entered into the power, there have been so many strikes. But I don't know if the government really takes the Gen Z so serious. So I don't know if the government is really serious about this generation. No, in this generation, this is where we see how they mobilize themselves through the media. And I don't know to realize how this generation, you see this generation, they mobilize themselves. I don't know if you're seeing the news, not only in Kenya, but also in the outside world. See, recently we see Nepal, and we see what they're doing. I don't know if only in Kenya we see that. In Kenya we have only the Gen Zs, but across the world.
So you want to mean these people are using the social media platforms to be able to organize themselves?
Yeah.
So unapata mtu tu wanaform a group pale ama wanafanya namna gani? They plan something so that they can be able to achieve something. So if in a certain region or in a certain country they just witness the government itself is not working the way they had promised the citizens they are going to work, this Gen Z can just begin the demonstration. Okay, in an area like the Nepal itself, where demonstrations were carried out by Gen Z the other day, I just thought that some platforms of the social media had been fired by the government. So what did these people do? They organized themselves so that they can be able to shock the government about the things. So in Kenya, when these people, the leaders themselves, they are not in a position to do what they had promised the citizen, this Gen Z can be able to help these people. So through the energy of these people, through the intelligence of these people, of these Gen Zs, wanasaidia wananchi ambao hawana sauti kuweza kusikika. I don't know if you can still imagine above 72 years unataka aenda akafanya demonstration. Anaweza fanya?
No, that one is impossible.
Hawezi fanya. Lakini because of the Gen Z power, hapa wanajitokeza wao, wanajiunganisha wao pamoja, then they just decide we are going to do this thing and the other one. Hao watu wanatumia intelligence sana, kiakili na nguvu pia. Si unaona wanapigana na wanaserikali huko bana. Unaona askari huko wanakimbizwa huko. So, apart from use of this social media, what else do you know about the Gen Z?
Okay. It's only the social media that I see them mobilizing themselves. There's nothing else. It is only the social media that I see Gen Z, they mobilize themselves and they meet. It's only the social media. Or do you know any other platform that the Gen Z uses?
Even the music itself. Wanatumia hizi nyimbo so that they can be able to organize themselves. Remember, there are some songs which are sung by this Gen Z. Huwezi pata babu wa 72 years ama nyanya wa 72 years akisikiza, aisikiza. And also the language which is contained and also the message which is contained in those songs. Unapata only the Gen Z can be able to understand. I don't know if you know more about the Sheng yenye inatumika na hao vijana. Do you know more about it?
The Gen Z language.
The Gen Z language itself.
Yeah, the Gen Z language is so much being used in countries in urban more than in rural.
In urban, mostly.
Yeah, mostly it's used in urban.
So you want to mean in the rural areas only, they use the normal language, or the first language, which is the mother language.
Just imagine if you use Sheng in rural. How do the rural people see you?
Remember, these are the youth, the Gen Z themselves. They want to communicate together so that they can be able to understand each other. So, these Gen Z, so that they can be able. So, these Gen Zs, so that they can be able to understand themselves in the rural areas. They can also use that language because they don't want the elderly people to understand themselves. Yeah. Yes, my good friend. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How do we call you?
I'm Ivan Ucheng.
Ivan Ochen.
Yeah.
Yes, can you explain us more about Ivan Ochen?
Ivan Ucheng is a student at Port University currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in education, science, specializing in mathematics and serious physics. So I am a person who is purpose driven. I like more about leadership. I am very much passionate about development and things to do go around that. So at this particular time, I'm a very serious. I'm a Gen Z and understand the topic that you are speaking about right now, the Gen Z language. It's a very nice experience and a very nice topic to interact with. Yes.
I think you're very important. You are speaking about leadership.
Exactly.
And you're also a Gen Z.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what do you understand about the Gen Z and the youth?
The Gen Z and the youth are the first and foremost. They are the biggest population in the entire world.
Yeah.
Actually, they cover about 75% of the total number of people who are living right now in the entire world. Second thing about the Gen Zs and the youth is that the Gen Zs and the youths are very strong. They are energetic. So they have the ability to do a lot of duties. They have a lot of skills. They have a lot of manpower.
So when you are talking about these skills, which are these skills which they can be able to do?
Now, when you talk about skills, we have an array of skills in different fields and in different arenas. We have those skills. One in even engineering, we have skills which are digital. We have digital skills under digital literacy. We have digital skills. We have skills that are even taught. Skills are things that are learned on ground.
Yeah.
They are things that are practical.
Yeah.
So we have got a lot of TVETs and other institutions that and even polytechnics that help so much to nurture the youth and the Gen Zs to the practical field, the practical world. We have those who are very interested in plumbing. We have those who are masons. We have those who are very good carpenters, and they make a lot of good products for wherever they work. We also have the Gen Zs who are in the technological world.
Yeah.
They are engineers of softwares. So they are able to navigate into into the social media. They are able to come up with a lot of innovations from social media, and they have been able to use the social media in even interaction from different parts. And that one is why the social media is now considered the 9th planet after Neptune.
Wow.
Exactly.
This Gen Z. So my friend here was just talking about the mode of communication where these Gen Zs used to be able to come together so that they can plan something on what they are going to do. So can you just explain to us about the communication, how these people can be able to meet? Someone in Makueni, another one at Kajiado, another one at Mombasa. These people, they just meet there, communicate, they don't know each other, and maybe they plan to do something great, something marvelous. How can you just say about that one?
Okay, first I want to bring the contradiction between the earlier communication and the current way of communication.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, earlier, or in the olden days, we had interaction that was one-on-one. If you look at the modes of communication, we had got smoking. Maybe you go and light fire somewhere, the smoke goes up, and so the people see that there may be something that's happening in that particular place. So the people would come together and regard that particular place, see or to hear from themselves what's happening in that particular place. We also had mass messengers. So that when you are in Kilifi and you like to communicate to another person who is in Nairobi, then you have to send a messenger to run all the way to Nairobi, which will take a lot of months, very long time, to go and do the communication, pass the communication there. And surprisingly enough, the messenger may go to that particular place and find that the person who was staying in Nairobi, also located, is not there, or maybe passed away and has not been taken back home. But in the modern world now, technology has made everything very simple, and the youths have been able to keep on the interaction from different parts of the world. At this particular time, when I just take this my phone, I just make a call, and I will be able to speak to someone who is in another continent. I am able to communicate to someone in South Africa. I am able to communicate to someone who is in Asia. I am able to communicate to someone who is even in Egypt, in South Africa, in every part of the world. Now the communication have been made very easy through technology. So the youth are able to hold a lot of meetings and engagements online through Twitter. They have a Google app, Google Meets. They can meet through Google. They can interact through the TikTok, which is a very big and a very growing social media platform. They create WhatsApp groups. They interact. And so just by the use of the social media, they have been very able to interact. And this has made it very easy for them to come up with a lot of skills, a lot of information they have already got from different fields, and that one has really helped greatly the betterment.
So, example, when you are talking about the demonstration where they organize themselves in the social media platforms, so that they can come up with the demonstration. Do you want to mean that when they are creating those meetings, the people in the leaders in charge of ICT, those who are supposed to monitor the security of what is happening in those social media, do they always be aware of what is happening?
Yeah, I know they are aware, because there is always system tracking. Yeah. So there is there are those. The system is channeled in a way that there is any communication that is passed cannot easily be tracked, and the ICT experts can be able to find the kind of. But we also have the Constitution. The Constitution allows the youths and everyone to air their views. There is freedom of communication. There is freedom to protest. There is freedom to organize themselves into groups and do something that is according to the Constitution. So when the youths organize themselves through social media platforms, it is their freedom. It is in the Constitution of Kenya. Now, when it comes to matters to deal with the protests now, we have seen a lot of countries try to ban social media. We had in Nepal on 8th of September. There was a very big problem there at Kathmandu, the capital city of Nepal. And they resulted into a lot of quarrel and a lot of engagement between the young Gen Zs and the government. So they attacked the government officials because of some of the reasons that they didn't understand were, because they said that these people are very much corrupt. And so once the government started to kill or to ban the social media platform, another war broke, and it led even to the banning of the parliament and to the banning of very historical buildings in Nepal. So the social media platform is a platform that should always be respected. So the only thing that the government should do is they should be able to understand the youth language with it.
So when the youth will be able to understand when the government will be able to understand the youth language, things will be good.
Exactly. They should understand the youth language and act to it.
And act to it.
Yes.
So everywhere, according to the education, according to the politics.
In terms of.
In terms of understanding the youth. This demonstration more because the youth, they were promised something and it has not yet been done. So that's why they come. They just decide. You cannot just come from anywhere and just decide this is what I'm going to do without having a reason. So one of it you have just talked about the Nepal, the banning of the social media platforms.
Exactly.
So understanding the youth, everything. What if that thing is negative about the youth? and you want the government to understand it, there will be some problems about that.
Now, when you say it's something that is negative about the youth, I don't understand much, because the youth are people who are very much learned. They are educated. They are informed.
Yeah.
They understand the government systems very well.
Yeah.
So it is very hard to find a group or a very big and a very large congregation of youth supporting something that is negative. No. It's not easy. It doesn't happen that way. The youth, when they don't do according to the will of the people, that's when the youths come in. Because they are they are strong, they are energetic, they have the information, and they also have that pressure. They can push it to the corner and to the wall and break that wall.
Okay, what else do you know about these youth?
What else do
you know about the youth?
The youths, the only thing that I understand more about the youth is that currently the youths, the mode of communication of the youths are nowadays. And that's the biggest challenge. Because the youths nowadays communicate differently. It now contradicts with how they used to communicate earlier. Because nowadays, information for the youth just stuff like memes. Yeah, information just stuff like memes like that. They package the communication through memes. They share it in social media platforms. It trends in the youth status. It's always there, flooded online, and then things go like that. So they expect the government to act to it, and the government or the leaders always see it as like part of the jokes in town, and they even use it to ridicule or even to make fun in crowd. Okay, so the youth have a different language. They just don't face like it. So after injecting through this social media platform, they expect their leaders to act, because you don't have a youth-led organization. You don't have a youth-led organization to air the views there. Yeah, so the government should only be listening to the youth through social media and act to it.
Okay, what about their language?
The language of the youth.
Yeah, the language of the youth.
That's what I've tried to explain about the language of the youth, and I've said that they usually use social media to communicate.
Okay, apart from the social media, there is the difference between ile unasikia ile sheng ile sasa. Ndio nataka uzungumzie sasa.
Sawa. So kuna wasee wa kila aina.
Yeah.
Okay? Kuna wale wa mtaani, kuna ile language ya mtaani. Na pia kuna ile language ya mashinani. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
Pale kwa mtaa utapata kama vijana wanabonga sheng.
Yeah.
Na siku hizi kuna ingine inaitwa shebeteng.
Yeah.
Yeah. Na siku hizi kwanza naonanga kama viongozi wetu kwanza siku hizi wameanza kurada hiyo lugha. Kama ukienda pale Nairobi governor, the current Nairobi governor Sakaja understand that language. Utapata ameenda kwa ground anagotea wasee kwa shebeteng. Utapata hata the current deputy president, that is Kithure Kindiki, atakuja anaseme ngumi ni mbwegze. So
kali sana.
So they tend to communicate the language of the youth. Yeah, they try to so that they can come together in communication with the youth. There are even instances when they are in public gathering, like in the last in the last engagement at the parliament, there were youths who were brought into the state house. I mean, very many youths from Nairobi were brought into state house, and the function was that one for empowerment, youth empowerment.
Yeah.
I even saw a youth was appointed to go and pray there.
Mm-hmm.
And when that youth stood to pray, that youth prayed in Shembeteng. Yeah. So it means that the government should also be able to communicate to the youth through their language, not only speaking English English should be an official language there at the office and at the parliament. But when it comes to ground, speak to the people the language that they understand best. So if you are able to speak that Sheng, speak to them Sheng.
Yeah.
If you are able to speak that Shebeteng, speak Shebeteng. But generally, speak the language that all the people will be able to understand. Yeah, because people come from different social background. Mm-hmm. People understand things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one should be a very key thing for our leaders. They should understand that.
So let's go back to our friend Bwana Scott pale. Bwana Scott, tuelezee kuhusu wana youth tena. Utuambie what else you know about them.
Okay. My fellow honorable, you know this.
Yeah, I know him.
This man is a very honorable
MP. Wow. Great young man.
Yeah, I understand the language.
Yeah, you understand it. That's why nasikia unachanganya maneno namna hii. Ndio ukienda huko kugombea ule ubunge. Utakuwa unagombea wapi?
Mimi nitakuwa nagombea kiti cha ubunge kule Ndwa constituency. Ndwa constituency inapatikana pale Homa Bay County.
Homa Bay.
The county of endless potential.
Wow.
And I'm now going to make it a potential that is infinity.
That's great. Great. A good dream. You are going to make it, bro.
I'm going to make it early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
By 5 a.m.
Yeah.
It's done.
Unasema utapitia katikati ya wao.
So, according to him, I want to just ask him a question.
Yeah.
Just one question. So, honorable, you see how the youths are. You see how the youths are doing things. You see how the youths are running the country. You see how the youths are doing all sort of stuffs that makes the governor or makes the government to have their pressure. So you, according to you, I know one day you'd become a leader. Do you think you can understand the youths like you have said earlier?
Yes, understanding the youth is very good, but there is also another aspect of politics that always comes into it. Because most often you will find that there is a lot of incitement from other leaders who are trying to gain their self-interests. So they tend to use these youth. They sponsor them. They give them money so that they can go to the streets and burn the streets. So this is the only challenge that is facing the government so today. You find that maybe there's a project that is being implemented that is just for the good of the people, and there is a section of politicians who also want to gain that space, and they would also want to make themselves known to the public. Let them know they just want to disadvantage the others. They want the others who are implementing these policies to be seen as those who are making very poor policies. So they pick a certain group of youths who are very much energetic, but they don't have that much understanding of the policy making within the country. They sponsor them and they go there to destroy property and to loot and to loot resources from the public, stealing from the innocent people. They even proceed to break into shops and supermarkets and hotels and pick goods from people there, investors there. And so this one has really reduced the rate of foreign investments in our country. Therefore, it's a very key thing. I know it's a very big challenge, what you just mean, a very big challenge. But I understand that a government that is in operation should be a government that is trusted by the people. Try by all means to build trust. And how do you build trust? First, you build trust by first employing or putting in place into offices, or let's say you do what? You appoint those people who are very competent to stay in those offices. The one, competency. The people you appoint should be very competent. If you appoint in the Ministry of ICT, let it be ICT. If it is in engineering or roads, let that person be an engineer. People who understand these basic concepts well. Now, when it also comes to accountability and transparency, now the resources that are allocated to either the county government or the national government, the people should see how these resources are spent actively. They should see that aspect very well. Another thing is inclusion. The people should always be included even in decision-making process. When a government want to come up with any policies, the people should be insulted. And when we talk about these people, it doesn't mean that it's a specific age. It is a collective responsibility. Let it be the young, the youths. Let the government listen to them. The old, and all that. Even the younger generation, even in high school, they should be understood. And all the other aspects of leadership should always be put into consideration so that we can reduce this trauma and these challenges of destruction of properties and all that sort. Yes.
On my last remarks, what I can just advise the government, for the government to run smoothly, for the government to be in a smooth, should just, for the youths, like my fellow colleague have said, that the largest population in the world now. So for the government to be in a smooth way, for the government to have a peaceful night, just understand the youth.
Yes, my brother there.
Yes, first and foremost, I would like to say that I'm very glad because nowadays the government has already understood the language of the youth through the protests that have been held in this country, where youths who are tribeless, who are leaderless, have walked into the streets and expressed their anger and expressed their desire of what they would like the nation to see the nation do. And that one is the only thing that I want the government to mirror, so that they include the youths in policy making. They collect the opinions of the youth when it comes to any given affair or any given matter, and they should also be able to absorb the youth into government, so that the youth can also see that it is true they are represented in that government. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and call me Naiza Junior, sauti ya nyikani hii. This is Gwira Gwira Media, YouTube Gwira Gwira Media, TikTok Gwira Gwira Media, Facebook Gwira Gwira Media, Instagram Gwira Gwira Media. Thank you for connecting to us. Till next time.